What is up, guys? Vinny Boy T back with another video. I know you guys have been waiting for this for a while now, but I'm finally releasing it. My thoughts on each NFL team. So let's get right on into the video. So alright, we got the Arizona Cardinals up first. So I'm just gonna say each team's starting offensive lineup. So you guys got Kyler Murray, y'all got James Conner. Y'all got Chris Moore, Greg Dortch, and Michael Wilson. Actually, I'm just gonna name 5 players, but you guys aren't really doing the best. Last year, you guys were absolutely horrible. You guys used to be a good team, but that was a good while ago. So maybe you can work your way up. But until now, you guys aren't the best. But maybe you can work up your way to that former glory. So, yeah. So, next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons. And they have players like Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and Ray McCloud. And you guys did not make the playoffs last year. You guys were terrible. But maybe this year, maybe with Kirk Cousins, maybe he can lead you guys to the playoffs. I can see that happening. You guys were close to winning a Super Bowl. Maybe you can have the same glory, just like the Arizona Cardinals. So, yeah, I can maybe see it in the future that you guys will win a Super Bowl and not blow a 28-3 lead. But, yeah. The Baltimore Ravens. Ooh, you guys are a good team. You guys have players like Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Patrick Ricard, Zay Flowers, and Rashad Bateman. Honestly, you guys are a solid team, especially being a 1 seed last year with a 14-3 record. You guys were actually amazing. And with 2 Super Bowls already, I can honestly see in like the next 5 years or so a third one for you guys in the Lamar era. So, yeah, I can see the Ravens winning in the not so near future. So, yeah, or I wouldn't really consider it that, I guess, in the next 5 years. Whatever that's considered. But, yeah. The Buffalo Bills, one of the biggest chokers in the NFL. You guys got players like Josh Allen, James Cook, Reggie Gilliam, Matt Collins, and Khalil Shakir. Yeah. Once again, guys, comment if I pronounce any of these names wrong. But yeah. Maybe I could see you guys beating the Chiefs one year. That's my team, by the way. Go Chiefs. Yeah, I'm not a bandwagon either, so don't be saying that. But honestly, I can see you guys like maybe like getting past the Chiefs, maybe making the Super Bowl, but then losing. So you guys probably won't have a Super Bowl for probably another 60 years. I'm gonna say that. But honestly, the fact that you guys made 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost all of them is just sad. But maybe you guys can do it if you try. But yeah. The Carolina Panthers, you guys got players like Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, and Jonathan Mingo. But honestly, you guys were absolutely horrible last year. Like, you guys only won 2 games, had 15 losses. Like, that is absolutely crazy. I could never. But I don't know, maybe that was just a bad year for Bryce Young, especially for him being a first-round pick in the 2023 NFL draft. But maybe this year will be a second chance. Maybe he'll go better. Maybe he'll be better. Maybe not. But you guys probably won't win a Super Bowl till maybe a good while, maybe longer than the Bills, honestly. But yeah, the Chicago Bears. So y'all got players like Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Cole Kmet. Honestly, you guys did not do pretty good last year. But maybe Caleb Williams will help you this year. Maybe he won't. We'll just see how it plays out. But honestly, I don't really see you guys doing well, but maybe Caleb Williams will help you. We'll just see how the season goes, and we'll determine it. But yeah. The Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh, my. Y'all got players like Joe Burrow, Zach Moss, Jamar Chase, Trent Irwin, and T. Higgins. But honestly, you guys were not the greatest last year. You guys had a close record. You finished 8-9, I believe. Yeah. You finished 8-9, but maybe this year, since Joe Burrow was injured last year, maybe this year, since he's back and recovered from injury, maybe I can see him like carrying your team. But for now, but maybe you guys can find your way back in the Super Bowl if you can get past the Chiefs. But for now, maybe for you guys. But yeah. The Cleveland Browns. So you all got players like Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and Jerry Jeudy. But honestly, last year, you guys barely snuck your way into the playoffs. Honestly, if it wasn't for Joe Flacco carrying you guys, you wouldn't be where you are right now. And the fact that he won comeback player of the year is kind of crazy. I feel like Damar Hamlin deserved that more than Joe Flacco. But honestly, you guys will probably be a mid team. Maybe make the playoffs again if you're lucky. Your first Super Bowl will probably be in like the next 10, 15 years is what I'm going to guess. If you guys are lucky, but maybe not. But yeah. The Dallas Cowboys. We are the Cowboys. Supposedly America's team, but I don't really see that. But anyways, y'all got players like Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jalen Tolbert. Get that. You guys were honestly pretty good last year. You guys shouldn't have won that game against the Detroit Lions. I feel like that was rigged, especially the weird call. But honestly, maybe you guys will make the Super Bowl. Probably not, because you guys lost to a 7 seed. So you guys will probably be chokers for like the next 25 years, I guess. But honestly, maybe you guys will be better. But yeah. The Denver Broncos, my team's biggest rival. My second least favorite team. I'm not saying I hate you guys, but you guys are actually kind of decent. But y'all got players like Zach Wilson, Brandon Johnson, Cortland Sutton, Blake Watson, and Audric Estime. Yeah, I think I got that. You guys honestly didn't do the best last year. I don't know how you won that game against the Chiefs, but honestly, you guys need to step up your game. You guys have lost Russell Wilson now. I think he's on the Steelers. But you got a Wilson for a Wilson, because now you guys have Zach Wilson. They're both not really, well, Russell Wilson is honestly better, but they're both not really the best right now. So but yeah, honestly, maybe you guys can get second in the division. I can see that happening. The Detroit Lions. Ooh, you guys had players like Jared Goff, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jameson Williams, and also Sam Laporta. honestly, you guys were a pretty good team last year. You went 12-5. You guys were believe a 3 seed. You guys were, I think, tied with the Cowboys, or I think we're ahead of them. No, you guys were tied. But honestly, you guys could win the Super Bowl. You came close. You've never won one before, and honestly, you guys had like a 21-year playoff drought, which doesn't really help. But you guys will definitely do good this year, and maybe bring home the Lombardi Trophy in like the next 5. But yeah, the Green Bay Packers, solid team right here. Y'all got Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Jaden Reed. Honestly, you guys barely made it to the playoffs last year. Maybe I can see like a good run out of you guys. Maybe make it as far as like the NFC Championship. But honestly, maybe the Super Bowl as well. Actually, you might make the Super Bowl this year. Depends on how good you guys are, but honestly, you guys are a solid team, so I can see a bright future for you guys. And I think you guys could win the Super Bowl maybe in like the next 10 years. But yeah, that's what I got going for you guys. The Houston Texans, the winner of the offseason right here. They made like the best trading moves. Or best signing moves for free agency. You guys have players like C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, and Nico Collins. But honestly, you guys, what an amazing like run to the top, going from like a horrible record to last in the entire league to like one of the best teams. One of the best teams. And honestly, C.J. Stroud really helped you guys out a lot. I didn't see why he was the first overall pick, but you guys are lucky to have him. And maybe I can see you guys winning the Super Bowl in like the next 10, 15 years. But honestly, you guys are a pretty good team. Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts. You guys have players like Sam Ehlinger, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, and Alec Pierce. Honestly, you guys were a pretty mid team. You guys missed the playoffs. You came close, but it ended short. Honestly, maybe you guys can try to make it back into the playoff, or try to make it into the playoffs. I guess it would be considered going back into the playoffs, because you guys have been in it before. Like, it's not like you've never have, but maybe you guys can work your way back to the top, and maybe you guys will win a Super Bowl in like 20 years. But yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, so y'all got players like Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Gabe Davis, Christian Kirk, and Evan Engram. But honestly, you guys were a pretty bad team. Well, you guys were mid actually. You guys are all right. Honestly, with the addition of Mac Jones, it doesn't really make a difference, because Trevor Lawrence is the better QB. But honestly, I can see you guys like maybe making the playoffs, maybe being short of it. But if you guys really try and like not get an 8-9 record like last year, missing the playoffs because of the Titans, maybe you guys can make it. But for now, I honestly don't know. And in matters of Super Bowls, you guys probably won't win your first till another like 30 years. But yeah. Oh yes, my favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, no one be calling me a bandwagon for this, or anything. No hate, please. Don't call me a Swiftie or nothing. But we got players like Patrick Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, Marquise Brown, Rashid Rice, and Travis Kelce. Honestly, we did good. We won the Super Bowl for the second year in a row, so now we are officially a dynasty. Honestly, we went 0-3 in the preseason, so that's not a good start. But honestly, we're just trying out positions and stuff. Honestly, I can see us doing good this season, and maybe if we're lucky, we get the 3-peat. But for now, I don't really know. And our next Super Bowl will probably be in like the next 5 years, or maybe this year. But yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders. Ooh, oh god. Dang. You guys aren't a mid, but honestly, you guys got players like Gardner Minshew, Zamir White, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Michael Mayer. Honestly, you guys are a mid-team. You guys will probably get, like, third in our division, but, you guys probably will not make the playoffs again. Honestly, last year, you guys, it was honestly kind of funny to see you guys lose by a field goal, 3-0. But then that next game is out of luck when you won 63-21, because that was against the Chargers. And they're not the best. But honestly, you guys are mid. Maybe if you try, you guys can make the playoffs. But I see you guys getting like third in the division. So yeah. Speaking of the Los Angeles Chargers, we got them right here. Because you guys got players like Justin Herbert, J.K. Dobbins, Quinn Johnston, Josh Palmer, and DJ Chark. But honestly, you guys were a horrible team last year. Well, you guys probably could have like made like a run for at least like third in the AFC, in the AFC West. But you guys will probably like we'll probably get like maybe last. Last year didn't really help since Justin Herbert got injured, and you had to put in Easton Stick at QB. But honestly, maybe you guys can try to make the playoffs, but I won't see you winning a Super Bowl for like 35 years. So yeah, the Los Angeles Rams, my least favorite team because their owner I do not like, Stan Kroenke. Yeah, I do not like him. He's the reason that they moved out of St. Louis, but because he was getting greedy. Anyways, y'all got players like Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, Demarcus Robinson, and Puka Nacua. But honestly, last year you guys were an all-right team. You guys did make the playoffs, lost in the wild card, but maybe this year, you guys probably won't have a run in a good while, like for like another 10 years, like you did in 2021 when you won it all. But honestly, for now, you guys maybe can get back in the playoffs. You probably will, and maybe you guys can at least get the divisional. But yeah, the Miami Dolphins. All right. You guys are alright, but honestly, you guys got players like Tua Tagovailoa, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. But honestly, you guys were you guys were a pretty good team last year. You guys made the playoffs, lost in the wild card to the Chiefs. But maybe this year you guys can make the divisional. Basically the same outcome as the Rams. But yeah, I can see you guys making at least like the divisional. But for now, you guys are a good team, and the Super Bowl may be in like 10 years, maybe 15. But yeah. All right, the Minnesota Vikings. You guys will not be the same without Kirk Cousins. You guys got players like Sam Darnold, Aaron Jones, C.J. Ham, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison. But honestly, you guys were a sucky team last year, and I know you guys weren't like that before. But honestly, maybe if you guys are good this year, I don't know about quarterback really, because you guys have Sam Darnold out of anybody. But I know you guys got a strong wide receiver group with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, and you also got Aaron Jones at running back. He was really good with the Raiders, but maybe you guys can make the playoffs this year if you tried. And in terms of Super Bowl, maybe 15, 20 years. Maybe 10, actually, but yeah. The New England Patriots. Ugh. You guys got players like Jacoby Brissett, Ramondre Stevenson, Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas, and Hunter Henry. Honestly, you guys fell off as soon as Tom Brady left. You guys just started sucking. You guys, honestly, Tom Brady was your main and only hope, and Rob Gronkowski, because with those two players, you guys were unstoppable, and you won 6 rings with them. So and now you guys absolutely suck, and Bill Belichick is not the same. But honestly, you guys really need to work on your game, and in terms of Super Bowl, probably not until another 40 years. But yeah, that is all for you guys. All right, the New Orleans Saints. You guys got players like Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Adam Prentice, Chris Olave, and Rashid Shaheed. I think I pronounced that right. Probably not. Honestly, you guys are a mid-team, and you guys weren't really the best last year. You guys missed the playoffs. But honestly, maybe you guys can try to make it this year, make a run. In terms of Super Bowl, maybe not for another 20 years, maybe 10 if you're lucky. But honestly, you guys just aren't really the best. You're more of a mid-team, but yeah. All right, the New York Giants. Now you guys got players like Tommy DeVito, Eric Gray, Jalen Hyatt, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Darius Slayton. But honestly, you guys were not the best team last year. You guys honestly sucked. And this year you guys are probably gonna do the same thing. But maybe if you guys, work, you guys can get it. But probably not. You guys don't really have a good roster. And you got rid of one of your best running backs, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, he was a pretty good player for your team, but then you got rid of him. So, yeah, and in terms of Super Bowls, it's probably not going to be till, at least, maybe 20 years, maybe 10 if you're lucky, but yeah. The New York Jets, ooh. So you guys got players like Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Gibson, and Alan Lazard. Honestly, last year you guys were a mid-team. Maybe you guys can make the playoffs this year. It was honestly just a matter of Aaron Rodgers. He was great for the Green Bay Packers. And then he comes to your team and gets injured in the first 4 plays he's in the entire season. But now he's back, so we'll see how that goes. And maybe if it goes well, you guys can see yourself in a playoff spot. And maybe a Super Bowl in the next 15 years, maybe 20. But honestly, you guys will probably do pretty good this season. The Philadelphia Eagles. Ooh, you guys got players like Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert. But honestly, you guys were good at the start of the season when you guys were 10-1 last year, and then you guys fell off and went 11-6 and ended up losing in the wild card to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But honestly, maybe this year with Saquon Barkley from the New York Giants, maybe you guys can do something. But for now, I don't really think you'll do much. And your next Super Bowl will probably be in like the next 25 years, maybe 10, 15 if you're lucky enough. Yeah, that's really all I have for you guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, yes, one Pennsylvania team to the other. You guys got players like Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, Connor Hayward, Van Jefferson, and George Pickens. Honestly, you guys were a mid-team last year. Maybe you guys can you made the playoffs last year and lost in the wild card to the Bills, so you guys were an alright team actually. But this year maybe you guys can make it as far as maybe the divisional, and your next Super Bowl won't be till like the next 20 years. But honestly, and maybe 25 actually. Honestly though, that's really all I have for you guys. But yeah. The San Francisco 49ers, my biggest Super Bowl rival, or my team's biggest Super Bowl rival. You guys got players like Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. Honestly, you guys were pretty good last year. 1 seed for the NFC, but maybe this year you guys can make another run, or maybe make the AFC or NFC championship. My bad. You guys can probably make that, and maybe make the Super Bowl again, and probably lose. But I can see you guys as like a team that could win in 5 years, like the next 5 years, maybe 10, maybe 15. 15 is probably the furthest, but honestly, that's really all I have for you guys. The Seattle Seahawks. Oh, dang. You guys got players like Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker III, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and also Noah Fant. But you guys are honestly a mid-team. You didn't make the playoffs last year. You guys went 8-9. But this year, maybe you guys can make it. But you'll have to take a lot of effort and a lot of strength. But maybe I can see you guys going into it. And in terms of Super Bowls, probably not till like 20, 30 years. And maybe 15 if you're lucky, but yeah. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, you guys got players like Baker Mayfield, Rashad White, Mike Evans, Trey Palmer, and Kate Otten. But honestly, you guys were a good team last year. You guys went 9-8, but you were able to make the divisional, but you lost to the Lions. Maybe this year you guys can get far, maybe to the divisional again, maybe the NFC Championship if you're lucky. Those 2 Super Bowls you guys won, though, were out of luck, especially the second one, which is because you had Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Honestly, maybe you guys can win a Super Bowl in like 10, 15 years. But yeah. All right, the Tennessee Titans. So you guys got players like Will Levis, Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, and DeAndre Hopkins. But you guys were a mid-team last year. You went 8-9. You were the reason the Jaguars didn't make the playoffs. Honestly, you guys, just like the Giants, you probably will end up just like them this season because you got rid of a veteran running back. You got rid of Derrick Henry. Honestly, you guys will probably end up like the Giants and probably the same Super Bowl stats, which I think I put like 30 years and like 15 years if lucky. But, yeah. All right, last but not least, the Washington Commanders, or I still like to call them the Redskins because it's the same with the Cleveland Indians or Cleveland Guardians as they're called now. They had the same name change fiasco. You guys got players like Marcus Mariota, Ryan Robertson, Austin Eckler, Terry McLaurin, and De'Ami Brown. Last year, you guys were absolutely terrible. You guys were last in your division. But honestly, you guys haven't really made much moves to help you. So, I can see you with like a low record this year. Maybe one of the last teams again. But, maybe I can see you guys winning a Super Bowl maybe in like 25 years. Maybe like 25 if you're lucky, maybe like 35 max. But, yeah, honestly, you guys aren't really the best team right now, so yeah. Alright, you guys, that is all I had in store. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. And also, thank you guys so much on 42 subscribers. I never thought we'd get 40. This is absolutely crazy. You don't know how much this means to me, guys. Thank you so much. If you would make sure to please hit that like button and that subscribe button, that'd help me out a lot. But thank you. I appreciate your time that you took to watch this whole video. I know it's another long one, but this is how every single one of these type of videos are. But yeah, see you next time. Yippee!